recording. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Crypto Dynamic Geo. Welcome to my live broadcast 263. My name is Keith Pure and I'm addressing the Billion Coin community. I guess over the last week, maybe a bit longer, we've been seeing some blog posts from admin, some strong words in there, and he's obviously got a lot of reactions from around the world. So I see a new one in there, and I don't often do a broadcast on a Saturday afternoon. Haven't done so for a couple of months. So I thought it'd be interesting to get this blog post, this new one out from admin, and get the word spread around. I don't think he was as harsh as what everybody thought he was. He was more frustrated with the scamming that's going on within TBC. And the scamming is done with the Tibetans themselves, that's obvious. And, and like he's saying in there, probably even haven't even paid a monthly admin fee at all, but like to do transactions and try and scam, like trying to sell off whole wallets and things like that, whole coins, trying to get them through. But I think he's closed that gap as of now. But it's a long blog post, so I'm going to go and share the screen. We'll just take our time through it until we finish. I have 30 plus minutes to get it done. So, yeah, we'll go and share the screen right now. I'm recording. Yeah. And I'd like to welcome my wife, Bex, who's also in there, and maybe we can answer the questions. Oh my gosh, I've got to log in. Okay, where are we? 3, 6, 4. And you know, we're only referring to the people who have one whole coin or more. It's only involving those coin holders. The rest of the community doesn't include them. And that's where people think they're getting this wrong. So we're going to open up this blog, and we'll scroll down and have a look. As soon as it opens up, there it is. Okay, where are we? Okay, still going. See, this is just the heading of one person's thoughts. It is greedy to expect to keep all of the TBC coins of a TBC billionaire and not be willing to pay $25 to keep the system running that holds their wealth. Yeah. Right, we're just about, where is it? Let's go on the next one. Okay, just move over to the next one. Here we go. Important notice and explanation. Now, this is quite a long blog post. Okay. And important notice and explanation. Notice an article. Following notice will be placed on the TBC 009 wallet on September 1st, 2009. September 1st in New Zealand, well, that's only tomorrow. That's Sunday coming. It's the 1st of September. Okay, important notice. We are growing so fast now that it is time to deal with a serious issue. It could affect you if you have one whole TBC coin or more in this TBC wallet. Majority of members holding one whole TBC coin or more have been misusing the TBC currency one way or another, and I will explain that here. Before I specifically explain the main ways these members have been misusing TBC, I want to tell you the penalty for misusing TBC. Those having one whole TBC coin or more will have their send buttons turned off permanently if they misuse TBC from now on. Okay, so don't misuse TBC in any way. So, like people thought their send buttons were getting turned off as of tomorrow, the 1st of September. No, that doesn't say that there. So, even within the very first month of March 2016, we have had a problem with members discounting TBC coins, and we have taken several measures to stop it. Discounting TBC coins is very harmful to a currency based on abundance. We have been holding send button meetings weekly for well over a year now to explain in detail why discounting is so harmful to TBC and what happens if you discount TBC coins. All members are advised to attend these weekly meetings to stay updated on the TBC, especially if they are holding one whole TBC coin or more. Sad to say, attendance is very low. A great many of these members discounting TBC coins have felt they found a loophole in the system by selling whole TBC wallets, because the TBC commissioner is quick to take action when discounters exceed undocumented large transactions. But the commissioner can't identify when the members are buying and selling TBC wallets. We must put an end to this practice of buying and selling TBC wallets. Willful ignorance is now the most alarming issue we are facing today within this group that are to become TBC billionaires. Most of the struggles we have faced as a community are directly related to willful ignorance. We would have had a full-blown TBC Kringle economy years ago if our members were not willfully ignorant. Now that one TBC coin is worth over $10 million, we must start holding the TBC billionaires accountable. One person armed with $1 billion would have the ability to bring harm to all of us on earth. Anyone with such wealth should be held accountable for what they do with that wealth. What might happen if you give a monkey a loaded gun? What might happen if you arm an ignorant person with $1 billion? Especially if that person is willfully ignorant. Hope you get the point. Consider what has happened already. You have one whole TBC coin or more in a wallet. That person had to do something to set themselves apart from those that don't have one whole TBC in their wallets. Either they took a risk on the TBC by joining it within its first year, or they worked hard on their first 2 days to collect the 48-hour rapid reward, or they made a purchase of Kringles at or above 40 grain to collect the cookie reward. Only about 200,000 of the 3.3 million members ever achieved having one whole TBC or more since the time we launched TBC 3.5 years ago. You would think something with a current value of over $10 million or more is worth protecting. But instead, out of ignorance, most of them think their job is done and are sitting back and completely asleep and have no idea what is going on in TBC today. The result has been extremely slow growth in TBC, to the point that a lack of revenue is coming in to even maintain what we have already built, let alone the needed revenue to support the fast growth we are experiencing today. If I didn't step in and make some needed changes, TBC would have died 6 months ago. Changes I have made have produced successful results, and you can see it clearly in the charts. But these TBC billionaires are too asleep to even know what I have done for them. Should I have just let TBC die? Then who would be to blame if TBC died? I didn't want anyone to have a reason to think I was the creator and admin of TBC. Let TBC die. I have been accountable, and the TBC blog has recorded all that I have done to keep TBC alive. Only an ignorant person would think one person would do all the work needed to create a new economy based on abundance. Impossible, right? Pretty much every TBC knows that the admin uses the TBC blog to guide the members on how to build this new economy based on abundance. Most of the TBC billionaires have willfully ignored that blog. To ignore results and being willfully ignorant, I want to keep this as brief as possible. So I will just add some relevant blog links below if you want to see why I have issued a new policy. Let's just say that if I didn't issue this new policy, then TBC would not have much of a future. It has become clear to me that a monthly admin fee can solve both of these main issues. Also, we need members to step up and build the numbers of TBC. No growth equals death. So who should be most motivated to build TBC? Obviously, the TBC billionaires have the most to gain. So the new policy only affects the TBC billionaires. Those holding less than one whole TBC coin can disregard this notice if they want to, because it does not affect them. But it would be wise for all members to step up at this time. I tried very hard over many months to ask the TBC billionaires to step up, but they willfully ignored me. It has to come to the time that I must tell the TBC billionaires to step up or step down, to TBC millionaires instead, or else. Here is the new policy. TBC billionaires are required to pay the $8,000 admin fee every month from now on, starting in September 2019. They must meet the full-timer requirements Those full-timer requirements are that they complete their profile, put the right keyword in the send button meeting field, and recruit 2 paid new members. Many of these TBC billionaires have met all of these requirements already, but fail to indicate that in their profile at the bottom of the page. Why not? So let's address the monthly admin fee. I have been providing admin credits all through the month of August. Enough so they could sign up 2 new active members that should start to pay the admin fee each month on the 1st. I have been providing Bitcoin bounties using half of the admin fee collected for almost 6 months now. If these TBC billionaires use what I have already provided, they could sign up 2 new members at zero cost because of the admin credits. And since they get half of the admin fee in Bitcoin bounties, that would be enough to cover the monthly cost of the admin fee ongoing forever. There are only 1,111,111 of these billionaire positions available, and I am certain I can find that many that will meet these requirements. So, if you do have one whole TBC coin or more in this wallet, you have a choice. You can meet these requirements of the new policy, or you can return all of the TBC coins in this wallet to the admin wallet address below and keep up to 0.999999 TBC, and that would bring you down to the TBC millionaire position, where this new policy has left no effect on you. That's your choice, and you must make this choice before September 30th, 2019. On October the 1st, 2019, the TBC Commissioner will turn off all of the send buttons of the remaining TBC billionaires that did not meet the requirements of this new policy. Okay, this is the admin wallet straight below here. Links will be on the wallet. Okay, so there's the admin wallet. Oh my gosh, we've got heaps to go. Oh no, we still got a little bit. I challenge anyone in the world to try and live on Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency for 30 days without converting it in any way to pay all of the living expenses. In other words, they can't trade Bitcoin for cash and then use the cash to pay their bills. And they can't get a Bitcoin credit card and use the credit card to pay their bills. They have no use. They have to use Bitcoin straight up as a currency. Period. Do you think they will be able to convince their landlord to accept Bitcoin for payment, or that their mortgagee company will accept Bitcoin for payment? Can they buy all the food that they normally buy from the stores they normally patronize with just Bitcoin? What about all of the restaurants they normally eat at? Would they accept Bitcoin for payment today? What about electricity, water, gas, phone, trash disposal, internet, and television, can they pay all of them in Bitcoin? How about gasoline for the car? What about all the other stuff they normally buy in a month, such as clothing, soap, toiletries, personal care products, tools, furniture, office supplies, and I could go on and on. We buy a lot of stuff within a 30-day period of time. In most places, we pay will not accept Bitcoin for payment today. Bitcoin has been around 10 years now. Why can't we spend it yet? Because this cryptocurrency revolution has not reached mass adoption yet. That's why. It's insulting to me that people will tell me to pay all of the TBC bills in just TBC. If I tried to do that in less than 1 week, TBC would be dead, and your TBC wallets would disappear. Websites and apps don't work on thin air. They have to be on a server. Server costs a lot. The IT team behind TBC don't accept TBC for payment either, but they do accept Bitcoin because they can convert it into cash. All of the TBC employees get paid in Bitcoin. Now, these people dumb enough to believe TBC is run by one person, the admin that there isn't TBC employees. From time to time, people do need to check back into reality and face the truth. A cryptocurrency economy doesn't exist yet. Guys, wake up. We are building one. We are not done building it yet. Do you really think $10 a year was enough to cover the cost of completely building a crypto economy? We tried that. We totally failed. The members did so many crazy things it slowed us down to a crawl. And had I not introduced a monthly payment 6 months ago, TBC would have died. Then what? You'd all blame me. I've worked my ass off while most of you sat on your asses, complaining about everything. It's been 6 months now, and finally we are healthy again. Cash reserves are good, bills are being paid on time, no problem now. If I wanted to give up on the mission, I would have given up 6 months ago. I would have said, sorry guys, that one, the cruise contest, we failed, and I have nothing for you. And I quit. Bye. Instead, I coughed up almost 30,000 that day in Bitcoin, which almost wiped out the entire cash reserves at that time and put a smile on my face and gave that Bitcoin to all of the cruise winners. Would you have done the same? Nope, 99.99% of you would have quit and justified keeping the money and moved on with your lives. But for me, the mission is very important. It is even more important than me. I have staked my life on completing this mission, which is impossible for me to do it alone. So yeah, it is very insulting when a fool tells me you just pay all the TBC bills in TBC and only accept TBC for payment for the admin fee. It's disgusting how disrespectful some people can be. I'm lifting most of you people up and most of you don't even recognize what I have already done for you. It does break my heart. I lean on God a lot. I deal with the heartbreak. Right, yeah. I am certain I can find 1,111,111 people to pay the $25 a month admin fee. I could easily do that all by myself, a simple internet-based marketing campaign, and they would all sign up below me. Instead, I'm doing this the hard way, which is the right way, because I want my poor people as I can. Instead, instead confined to be at the top of the Kringle society because they are most likely to have the right kind of empathy and needed to end poverty globally. People that never tasted real poverty cannot empathize with the poor. Instead, they blame the poor people for being poor. I know the truth. The system made them poor, and that is the truth. Paper money system had robbed them all of their birthright. Now I will admit that it is actually much harder to raise up a poor person than I thought it was before I started TBC. But as I keep adding tools, it is getting easier and easier. Now we are in the end run. We are not going to crawl our way to gather a billion members. We are running and running fast now, so the hard way is the best way. We will become an amazing society once we reach maturity. So, to be clear, willful ignorance will not be allowed at the top of TBC. We will build billionaires. That means TBC billionaires will learn how to think like a billionaire, how to talk like a billionaire, and how to behave like a billionaire. Being a billionaire will always be a rare thing. 1,111,111 people is still a smaller number compared to 7.5 billion people in the world today. The attitude, just doing a simple thing and then expect to be a billionaire effortlessly doesn't work. Personal growth is part of the job description. So consider this choice you face now carefully. By the way, the core, what I am doing, extortion, is just another insulting example of willful ignorance. I'm giving you all a choice, right? The new policy doesn't affect the TBC millionaires. I'm holding the TBC billionaires accountable. So very few of you actually have one whole TBC coin or more right now. And for them, here is the choice. Step up or step down. If you do nothing, then I'll turn your send button off and make the choice for you. Like I said, willful ignorance will not be allowed at the top of TBC. I'd like to take a moment now to interject something. I'd like to thank all of my trolls for good work they are doing for me, especially the fallen so-called TBC leaders that have become my trolls. Oh, anyone stupid enough to turn against the TBC admin and still expect the TBC to worth something, to check into their mental hospital to get some help. They are crazy. Why are they crazy? You might be asking. Because once they have cleaned up all of the trash for me and the TBC community, they will have to deal with that trash. These trashy people they are collecting will leave TBC and follow them. And like trashy people always do, they will turn against these fallen TBC leaders and make their lives a living hell. I've already got my popcorn ready. I'm ready to watch this comedy play out itself. This isn't the first time TBC had some fallen leaders, and it won't be the last. But the comedy is always the same, so thank you very much. Plus, they have shown me their true colors, and now I know for sure what kind of people they are. They are crazy trolls. Why? Back to the point, being a TBC millionaire isn't so bad. The 0.999999 TBC is worth $10.5 million US today, and it will be worth about $3 billion once we have a billion members. Isn't that good enough for these people that paid $100 to get some TBC coin or whatever and sat on their ass expecting everyone else to do all the work? If you are looking for real TBC leaders, look at the leaderboard. That is where they are. Don't join the complainers, the quitters and complainers. If you really like sitting on your ass, then drop down to TBC millionaire while you still have the chance. I'm sorting out who the TBC billionaires will be. About 5,000 new members are joining a day right now because of admin credits. And next week it will be over 10,000 a day, and it will continue to grow exponentially now and the final end run to 1 billion members. We will be doing a lot of rapid rewards training in September, and most likely to fill all 101,111,111 billionaire positions by the end of that month. And for many of them, it won't even cost them a penny in September. The writing is on the wall. You better listen to admin. I still see weeping and gnashing of teeth over the closure of the TBC 004 archive, which I left open for over a year. To also be clear, admin is not the only one expecting TBC billionaires to be accountable. The whole world expects billionaires to be accountable. The world will not allow me or anyone else to create willfully ignorant billionaires. How ignorant are you? Make your choice carefully. Well, folks, that was the biggest blog post ever, I think, other than the 2018 achievements. And And there's some powerful stuff in there. It should open up either some big ears or it will close big ears and make more complaints. One or the other. But a lot of people just don't like to be put into their place because it hurts their pride. And everybody has a pride. You're the one who hurts it yourself. So that's me for today. My wife is also online. I don't know if she got any questions.
I think that says it all.
It does, eh? Yeah, it does say it all.
I just think that blog alone is enough for anybody to take in. The answers are there.
Yeah, all the answers are in there.
I couldn't add to that. And like you said, you choose. All you have to do is choose.
Yeah. That's all you got to choose between. Where do you want to make millionaire, billionaire?
So, making your choices. You don't blame me. You don't blame Key. You don't blame anyone out there but yourself for making your own choices. So it's up to you guys out there holding those coins and are sitting, waiting for things to happen. Okay.
Okay, folks. For those who listen to this from today on, this blog post has the questions. It also has the answers to those questions. I can't see any more admin could add to that.
People need to give it 30 minutes.
Yeah. I would say the same blog post will be done again a bit later on. Maybe done 2 or 3 more times later on for people to understand, because there's a lot in there. It's a lot of questions and he's answered them. So good on you, Edmund. Put everybody in their place.
Yeah.
Put all the smart ones into their place. You think they're smart. Anyway, once again, thank you so much. And this Saturday afternoon over here, Auckland, New Zealand. And I'll be back on same time, same afternoon, which is a Monday afternoon, same time, sorry. And we'll see you then. Yeah, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right, stop sharing.